Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you guys can see, I am outside right now. Why? Just because I feel like sometimes it's good to just go outside and touch grass. I have like a huge backyard. Nothing's back here, so the least I could do is put myself back here. Got me a little blanket, little snacks, and then I sit out here, either read or whatever. But that goes into my topic today of me just doing stuff that benefits me when I feel stressed, anxious, any emotion that is not of God. I pray to Him, I talk to Him about it, and I do something with myself that grounds me, that helps me feel appreciative and just thank God for everything He has done for me. For example, sitting outside in my backyard on a towel and just getting some fresh air that I really don't know what I'm trying to say, but it makes sense. I want to talk about how you hear all the time, oh, I'm gonna crash out, or girls crashing out over things, or guys crashing out, stuff like that. And it's just like, what does that do for you? Literally does nothing but make you more upset. And literally, usually, once you do calm down, you're in a worse predicament than you were before. It could be embarrassment, it could be just like you're feeling, or literally you did something during that crash out session that now you're in a deeper problem, a deeper hole, right? And I want to say, I can fully say, I do not crash out anymore. I do not crash out. I just truly control my emotions. I truly do believe that your emotions hold so much weight and value to you as a person. If you're someone who can't control your emotions, what can't you control? You have no self control. You have nothing. I don't even know how to say it without sounding harsh, but you need to grow up as a person. As an individual, that is something you have to fix on your own and only you can fix, of course, with God's help. And I feel like if you're somebody who can go outside and just taking the breath air, spend time alone when things make you mad, and just be like, you know what, that's tough. Some people call it nonchalant. I really do hate that terminology because it's just turned into a thing that's so disgusting. Being aware of your emotions and not crashing out, actually having self worth and knowing that you acting that type of way or swooping down to somebody's level is not being nonchalant. If anything, I think it may be more of like stoic, but it's just literally having self-respect for yourself and knowing that you deserve more than that, and also knowing that what is that going to do for you? Nothing. Since I would say I've got out of the phase of crashing out or letting people truly see my emotions when they do make me upset and getting out of character, I would say that's more of what it is, getting out of character. I pray about it. I wish them the best. You know what? Let me tell you something. Some people might say, how do I say this? I'm really trying to give y'all some real life examples of or things that you can do, because I know it's easier said than done, especially if you're so used to acting a certain way or someone who's really getting underneath your skin. What are you supposed to do in those moments? But let me tell you something. A lot of people look at me and will say, think, or at least in the past, growing up, I was more quiet. I was not scared. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I was scared. I don't know. But no, I wasn't scared. It's just I truly didn't believe that what they were saying had anything to do with me. So when people were mean to me and do bully me and stuff like that, I really would just wipe it off. The people bullying me could have looked at it like, oh, she's scared, this, that, and the third, which makes sense. But how I move now, it's not like that. I feel like because I am so, what's the word? I don't even know the word, but because I don't crash out, I don't let my emotions make me do certain things that I would not do if I was not upset or bothered by what someone says. People have a different type of respect for me, even if they know me or if they don't. It's just by the way that I carry myself. For an example, if someone's maybe saying some passive aggressive things, some things that's kind of rude, they maybe not know, or maybe they do know, and they're trying to be slick, I'll simply just say, are you okay? Because sometimes people need to reflect on themselves. You don't have to get mad. You don't have to take anything personal. I think that's really where it comes from. I used to take everything personal. I'm not gonna lie. And honestly, if you do take things personal, it's probably because you felt that way before or somebody else has told you. And so you just can't take things personal, because if you don't believe that and God didn't say that was you, then it's not you. People are going to have their opinions regardless. You have your opinions regardless. And it's just like, you can't let that define the way you move and the things you do. You have one life. God gave you one life for you to follow Him and live this life. What do you look like doing what everybody else wants you to do or thinks is best for your life? Doesn't make sense. So in situations like that, you can't listen to what people have to say. So if someone's doing something, I ask them, are they okay? I don't got to be rude. I just simply, are you okay? Most of the time, if they are being rude, they're like, I'm fine. And they really be quiet because they're like, no, you're doing too much. You seem like you're mad right now. Maybe you should pipe it down a little bit. Or if I really don't enjoy something, I'm very quick to speak my mind. And I don't mean speak my mind by getting loud, yelling. One thing I don't do is yell. I don't yell. First of all, my voice is too soft, too sweet. My throat cannot take that capacity of screaming. No, I don't scream. I don't yell. And what the words I say, I don't have to yell. I don't have to scream to make my voice be heard. And the first time that, and I feel like when you realize that, things will truly change for you. If the room is too loud where you cannot hear yourself speak, or people around you are not hearing yourself speak, leave the room. That means they don't want to hear what you got to say. So go where you're wanted. Leave. And if people want you around, then they're going to be quiet. Simple. But the words you say they speak, they should hold weight enough. The words I say hold value. And so I never have to yell. If someone's trying to get in a disagreement with me, trying to argue with me, because there's no need to argue. We can have a debate. There's no need to argue. We can have a debate. We can go back and forth. That's what talking is. But you yelling, getting all loud, hostile, unnecessary. And it just shows that they have no control over their emotions. I've seen it time and time again with friends, family, maybe in relationships. You've seen people get upset so quick, or you say one thing, they're so mad, or you don't even say anything to bother anybody. You are simply just being yourself, saying something, and they just get so bothered by it. It has nothing to do with you. It all has to do with them and the demons that they're fighting, the things that they're dealing with, and they can't control their own emotions. And you have to remember that. I used to always think that what somebody else has going on has to do with me some way, or the emotions they're feeling, I'd start feeling those emotions. And it's just so crazy to me that we do that to ourselves when it's unnecessary. I do not take on other people's problems. I do not take on other people's emotions anymore. And that's because I'm in control and aware of my emotions. When I feel some type of way, when I'm thinking some way, if I feel sad and I do this, and after I pray, I sit and I ponder and I think about, why do you feel that way? Why did what this person said, why did that bother you? And then I fix it. I get to the root of the problem. I don't push it away. I talk to myself and I think, oh, why did this bother you, Latavia? Why did you feel like this? Oh, maybe I feel like they were telling the truth. Maybe I feel like the Holy Spirit was like, this person low-key ate you up. You got to work on that. Whatever it is, I'm dealing with it on my own time alone, really talking to myself and putting God in the middle of it. First of all, I feel like really getting into my word truly made me realize that the wisdom in that is what helps you grow, what makes you turn into the change into the person God wants you to be, because that's what he would do. He wouldn't go yelling, gossiping. He wouldn't go trying to get back at somebody or get on somebody else's level to make them feel the way you do. There is so many times that people have said certain things that's slick because they're insecure about their situation, what they got going on, or because they don't feel happy deep down, and they look at me and they see that I truly am trying to make a better version out of myself. I truly am trying to regulate my emotions, move with clarity, move with intention. And they see that and they get, what is the word, intimidated by that, and so they try any way to try to pick apart or belittle, or if they knew you before when you did not have control of your emotions and did not know how to really talk through things, they'll try to bring up the past. Those are the type of people that need to work on their own things. And also, you should not be around all the time. I know a lot of times these are close people to you, like people in your family, people you've been around for years, so it's hard to just get away from them. But those are the people you need to limit your interactions with, or even just be more of the person you want to be around them, and do not let their words change what has changed inside of you, that's making you a better person. Because at the end of the day, those people are fighting their own demons. There's things that they need to work through, and they haven't hit the point where they feel like they need to, which it first comes with accountability. And most of the time, those people that do that cannot take accountability whatsoever. So if they are following all those traits, it's not you. It's literally not you. It's them. And I know there is not a lot of people in the world who are where we are right now, who's thinking the way we think, who have the mindset that we may have, can communicate the way we can. Because there's a difference. I know how to communicate, and I also know how to listen. First of all, I can't talk to people like that, because if you can't take accountability or at least see things from a different point of view, you're not my type. Okay, that shows not good emotional intelligence. I honestly forgot what I was talking about. But yeah, just saying, like, don't crash out anymore. Ever since I stopped letting my emotions run my life, ever since I stopped letting people who really don't matter and what their opinion has to say literally holds no weight, Once I stopped letting that hold weight in my life, I can say my life got 10 times better, 10 times more meaningful, 10 times more just worth living. Okay. But all I know is you really just stop letting things like that affect you. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, you honestly will be unstoppable because you have the strength of God, you have the strength of Jesus on your side, you have a firm foundation, you are content with the woman or man God is making you to be. You are a kind person, you are nice, you are loving, you're caring, but you just don't let negative things affect your life in ways that they should not have weight to affect your life. You are not somebody who's people pleasing and taking on other people's emotions and doing the most just to make somebody else happy when they're doing nothing to that equals up to the same of what you're doing. Okay? I'm not saying that you can't go above and beyond what you do. You just should make sure that your cup is full so you're able to pour into others. Okay, doing things out of, hopefully this will make them see me like this, and hopefully this will make them want to do this for me, and hopefully this stop, because all you're doing is digging yourself a deep hole, and it's annoying. It's so annoying, and I hate to see it because I remember when I was there, and I remember how empty I was inside. I remember how sad I was. I remember how all the hard work I was doing, all the things I was doing to hopefully get some type of return or anything out of it, literally left me with less than what I came in with. And that can happen at any stage in your life, any relationship in your life. And so that's why it's so important that you figure out what areas in your life are you actually struggling with when it comes to your communications and why your emotions are all over the place. Go to therapy. Okay, you have to go to therapy, because sometimes, a lot of times, you cannot do it alone. First of all, you can't do it alone at all. You need God, you need Jesus to hold your hand through it. So first of all, get doing it on your own or doing it alone out of your head. Okay, sometimes you need to take it even a step further and get therapy. I went to therapy when I was younger and I needed it. Actually, when I go to school, when I get back into school, I'm gonna still go to therapy. Yeah, I'm gonna go to counseling. I'm gonna be in a whole new stage of my life. There's gonna be a lot more, emotions, because I'm around a lot more people. I may have, like, I don't say I have anxiety, but I may feel a little bit anxious because it's different. But I'm gonna pray through it like I always do, and God's gonna get me through it. But I'm also gonna take the initiative to talk to someone, get some help, be able to express my emotions maturely. That's me taking action. Okay, just so many things that you can do, and it's all up to you if you want to be a better person and live a better life. It all starts with you. It's your problem. Okay, I know a lot of things happened with you growing up, and you went through a lot of things, you experienced a lot of things. I know you're not the only one. You're not the only one who has that story, but you can be the only one who's fixing it. You can be the only one who's taking the initiative to better your life. Okay, I don't want to hear it, honestly, because I've been there too. So it's just like, I'm not trying to come from a cocky place or say that I know everything, because I don't. But one thing I do know is that you have to put in the work by yourself, and you crashing out and doing all this extra stuff over people who don't matter, over people who don't have the best interest in heart for you, for the people who have done nothing but cause you to want to crash out. You see how dumb that sounds? And it just shows you have no self-worth or no self-respect for yourself, and that's not going to make it any better. This video is probably like long, but I feel like it was really needed to be said, because I see my counter peers, I see my peers, my friends, my family crashing out. They may not say crashing out, but getting so angry and letting their emotions dictate what they're doing now, and now they're in jail, or now they're dealing with this and that, just because of something they did when they were angry. Okay, that's what you don't want. That's what the devil wants you to do. For real. It's just not worth it. And I can say, like, people look at me and they see I've been through some things, I experienced some things. And because of the choices I made to actually pray about it, to really think about it, to reflect on my and realize you're not who I am. And although this person made me mad and I want them to feel the way that I feel, I know that that's not my job. Okay, God's job to handle what they said, to handle the way that they're acting. It's not me. I should continue to be who I am, stand on what I said and what I stand on, and know that this isn't worth it. I don't know. It's just like when you truly get some real, like, self-respect in yourself, you realize you don't deserve to be treated certain ways. You don't deserve to be talked to that certain way, especially if you're not doing it to those people. Yeah, and then getting close to God, really praying about it, you truly see people's true colors, which is known as discernment. Like, people are mean to me, upset with me, I don't think like, oh my gosh, I'm a horrible person, they hate me. I'm very understanding, and I know if I do something wrong, I actually can take accountability. I am able to say, I'm sorry that I did that, and I truly did not mean to make you feel that way. Is there anything that I can do to make you feel better? I have no problem with apologizing. Never had a problem with apologizing. I can apologize in relationships, I can apologize in blank, but I'm not going to say sorry for things that I truly didn't do just because you're upset. No, and nobody should ever do that. But I'm just saying, like I said, you should never have to yell and scream to be able to get your words across, be able to get what you're meaning across. You shouldn't. And if you feel like you have to do that, you need to be able to control your emotions and be able to notice when you need to leave and when your voice doesn't want to be welcomed here. Simple. You've been kicked out of better places. That's my favorite thing to say. I've been kicked out of better places. And with all of this, I feel like I didn't even get to finish my last statement because I was be talking all the time. But yeah, stop crashing out. Really start thinking about your life and what you want for yourself and where you see yourself and where God wants you to be. And start acting as that person now. And get some self respect, some self worth for yourself. I truly need to really look within yourself and see what is causing that reaction out of you and go and work on it. Go and fix it on your own time. I love you guys so much. God loves you more, and you are more than capable to be and do anything you put your mind to with God in the center of it. So, yeah, start working on becoming that person you want to be. I feel like this was a lot to say, but yeah, I really do appreciate all the love you guys have been giving me. With me just literally sharing my opinion, sharing my testimonies, the things I've went through, the things I've learned. So, I really do like appreciate you guys. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, liking this video if you haven't already. I really do appreciate y'all. If there's ever anything y'all want to talk about or any topics y'all want to hear what I have to say about it, because one thing I do is talk, definitely let me know. Comment down below. Comment down below if you relate or you disagree with anything that I said. Anything. Share your opinion down below because you can really help somebody else out. And that's the whole point to my entire platform is I truly just want to bring value, be able to have a community where we feel comfortable to talk and to hold each other accountable. Like feel like we need more younger, older people too, because a lot of times a lot of older people have never actually went through this stage of life where they're actually, working on their emotions, working on their traumas and all that stuff until they're older. And I feel like we need to show that that is possible no matter how old you are. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.